Let's talk about ButterGate. ButterGate Redux.
Yes.
You had you had what it looks like the worst nightmare for the industry. You keep coming back with you got some research published, right? Academic research published that you
Well, the
were
dairy,
talking about.
the dairy farmers, I actually don't think they really will read anything if it doesn't fit the narrative. I hate
Mm,
to say this, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. What they do is that they set up working groups and they publish reports to reassure the public. It's all about image. And this report that we released, which is our third peer-reviewed journal article, and in the top food science journal in the world,
Congratulations.
which I'm an editor of, by the way, but I was not involved in the industrial process. Obviously, yes, another editor was involved, and I'm not first author either. I need to clarify that. But so we're 8 authors working that actually did work on this project, only to basically provide evidence that they were data deficits,
Mm,
and the lack of transparency was so obvious with ButterGate. Now, you can dispute that palm oil was played a role in making butter harder. I mean, the evidence is actually in the paper that there is a strong correlation between palmitic acid presence in butter and firmness. It's there. And there's a bunch of hypotheses, including the use of palm oil, of course. But at the end of the day, the industry has never looked at the quality of the butter at retail, and it needs to do that. Now it's starting to do that. So the ButterGate incident, I think, was a good thing for the dairy industry. I think they're getting organized to better
mm.
surveil, to better monitor the quality of products sold to Canadians. But I mean, when you go on Twitter, you can still feel that Canadians are discontent. They're not very happy. They're not very pleased with the quality of the butter that we have in Canada. Do you use a lot of butter for your recipes on your YouTube channel?
I do, and actually, I get my butter from Lactalis Cheese World, which ships direct, and I use their Presidente cultured butter,
Okay.
which is a whole level of good butter. I now, thanks to Cheese World, not Cheese World, but thanks to ButterGate, and are just talking about this, I switched to either grass fed or organic butter, and I noticed a big difference.
Grass fed for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed a big difference. Of course, it's a little more expensive, but I made these amazing ribs. I called them mom's ribs because I didn't make them hot, and I put pads of butter in and wrapped in aluminum foil, and the flavors just were amazing. I also used our last guests. They sent me some good food for good. They sent me some barbecue sauce that I mixed up with maple syrup as a glaze.
Oh, yeah.
That episode's coming up. Speaking of trying stuff,
But
because that's
I just want to note the paper we just published in
yeah,
Trends.
come back. Yeah.
It was possible because of the effort and support of a good friend of mine, Alex Marjoni
Hmm.
from the University of Guelph. He's a food scientist. He's actually a member of the Order of Canada,
Yeah.
and he's a well accomplished author. And without his lab, we wouldn't have been able to test all the butter that we actually tested for the paper. So thank you so much to Alex, to the food science department at the University of Guelph.
All right. Very good.